I want to tell a quick story about one of the things that happened at the Alley that was always entertaining for me was when we'd be working on a song and we needed a new part. And there would be the face off where we'd have a whole song except there'd be a missing element. And John and Flea would walk to the center of the room, press their faces together, kind of like angry boxers before a match, and then they would both retreat. And then a few minutes later, they would both come back with their idea of what a new part could be. And it was always interesting. They were always radically different. And more often than not, both of the new parts made it into the song. Maybe one as a chorus, one as a bridge, one as an outro. But it was not unusual for both parts to make it. Sometimes one would just win for the original solution to the problem, but sometimes both would work their way in. It was always funny to see the cartoon aspect of the faces coming together, making a mean face, and then retreating to make their music.
When we were writing Mother's Milk, when DH was in the band, that's when we first started doing those face-offs. And it was this brand new musical skill that I was having to learn how to develop. But, you know, did you guys do those before I was in the band, Anthony?
Not as such. Like, there may have been a much more subtle variation on that theme, but nothing as defined as we're going to go face to face. We're going to go in separate, like I'll go outside, you stay inside. And then in 5 minutes, whatever happened. And it's time to get down to brass tacks.
Yeah, so I'd never written from that perspective of like, there's a song, but it's incomplete. We need a chorus. Write one in 5 minutes, you know? So yeah, it by the time of Blood Sugar, I was better at it. Like for a while, like it seemed like Flea was really like so far ahead of me in terms of just being able to do some automatic awesome thing. Because yeah, you get to learn like what's going to really connect with people in the room. A lot of the time, it's the simplest thing you could do. It's not something you need to try super hard, for. You need to make something that's going to make it possible for the other people to come up with cool parts. And I think initially I was thinking of it too egocentrically. I was thinking of it as what's a part that's going to dazzle people. And the better way to think of it is what's a part that those guys are that Anthony would want to write to, that Chad and Flea are going to come up with good parts to.
Let's talk about the new album, whoever wants to start. And Anthony, I'm sorry, I just cut you off. What were you saying?
No, that's all right. That's all right. I was just going to say it's a pretty exciting moment when you get to listen to the face-off materials. And like you said, more often than not, they all have value. And sometimes one of the contestants would come back with 2 or 3 ideas, and several of these ideas would make their way into that song or some other song.